Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone. And peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. I'll title this one, Inflation and Economic Pains Increasing. Inflation and economic pains increasing. Call halal yimla alahayinawa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And I'm gonna go right into this article, but the the Esau is putting the squeeze on. You know, the squeeze is getting tighter. You're starting to see the homelessness. You're seeing people going to these stores. People are going in the stores and stealing ridiculously now, and it's getting to a point where they're shutting down stores. They over here where I stay at, they had to shut down and close the CVS because people are stealing. You know, they're stealing too much. They're going inside the store stealing because prices are on food and items or stuff are skyrocketed. And you also have wages. People are working, and they, you know, the wages, the money, you know, that they're making doesn't add up with these prices. And then people got families, you know, kids they gotta feed, you know. But this is all part of the squeeze that Esau is putting together, you know, on the world, man, and ultimately on Israel, and you Israelites, you know. But let me get into this article. But this is all part of his plan to bring forth this MO to the T to the B, that RFID, that see him. But this is the U.S. The news, world news. It says, I don't want to make this too long. It says, inflation is currently at a 25-year high, impacting American households in every corner of the nation. Yeah, all over this country, man, and even across the world. Ultimately, here in America, Babylon, the crunch is on. From east to west, to north to south, it's a squeeze being put on the people right now, and you know, we're being taxed to death. We're being taxed to death. You see, it says inflation is currently at a 25-year high, impacting American households in every corner of the nation. From June 2021 to June 2022, the consumer price index for all urban consumers increased a whopping 9.1%. It says the largest 12-month increase since 1981. It says paired with rising student loan debt. A lot of kids, they going to school, these colleges and stuff, and you know, some of these kids are dropping out or trying to work, and you know, trying to do everything they can to you know, graduate or trying to make it. And you know, a lot of this stuff is just not adding up, man. It's getting crucial. It says paired with rising student loan debt and increasingly high rent prices. That's another thing, man. Like here in California, you paying like $2,100, $2,200 for a studio bedroom here in California, and it's getting extremely tough to get to rent homes. To rent homes, it is getting hard, let alone to buy a home. Because I was watching something the other day, and it was this married couple. They were Edomites too, and one was environmental scientist, and then the other one, I think the dad was he worked at NASA, worked for NASA, and they're struggling trying to buy, you know, a better home. You know, and they work at NASA. One works at NASA and one works as an environmental scientist. So, you know, and those are pretty good jobs. Those are pretty good, decent jobs, man. But it just lets you know where it's at. But it says and increasingly high rent prices. Inflation has forced more Americans than ever. Inflation has forced more Americans than ever to make tough decisions about how to best spend their money in 2023. Yeah, because budgeting. You know, with all this stuff going on, you got high prices on food. I went into the grocery store a couple weeks ago. A box of cereal, a box of Frosty Flake cereal cost $12. Just for a box of Frosty Flake cereal, it costs $12. You see? But, you know, this is all part of Esau's plan, man. And like I said, you got people got kids and, you know, single parents and stuff like that. They got kids. It says to help offset inflation and cost of living expenses, some Americans had to sell personal belongings or pull money from a savings or retirement account. It says while others got a new job or started a side hustle. However, many decided to move on with roommates or back home with family members to reduce their expenses. So you have some family members and stuff that's been moved. You know, some families that's been moved in with back home with mom and dad. You got family members roommating with other family members. You got friends roommating with friends. You got 4 people staying in a 2-bedroom at this point. You know, people sleeping in their cars, people sleeping in their motels. You know, and homelessness is there's over 1 million people homeless right now that's sleeping in shelters and motels and cars and stuff like that. You know, homelessness is increasing, man. But this is all part of the plan for Esau to bring in the RFID, the C-HIP, the chocolate chip, the MARK. You know, and a lot of people are going to take that mark, man, because they're not going to be able to take this squeeze. That's why the Lord said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. This is not, it's not going to be, it's a tough position to be in, man. To endure all this, the tribulation, the suffering, the uncomfortability. Let me get to the scriptures. This is why the Lord's only dealing with the elect, man. This is why he's only dealing with the elect. A lot of people want to live their lives, do what they want. They want to party, have fun, and travel, and you know, this is what they into. But a lot of people about to lose their whole lifestyle. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 2:1. I just got a few and I'm gonna close out. 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, see? My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And the Lord told you too, you got to count up the cost. If you want to come serve the Lord, you're going to have to count up the cost on what it's going to take to serve him, man. Because the Lord told you too, he that can't bear his cross, you know, you're not worthy of me, man. Roughly paraphrasing it. You know, you got to bear your cross. That means you got to take up your sufferings, man. You got to take up your sufferings and stand on it. Don't try to cheat and cut corners. It says, 2. It says, set thy heart aright. See? It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. See? You should be focused at this point. You should be constantly listening to the lessons. Your teacher, prophet, make your lessons, fellowshipping, praying and watching and fasting as much as you can. You know, being humble. You know, just constantly staying humble, because you can be put to death at any time, man, horribly. You know, you begging the Lord for mercy. You should be just totally locked in, humbled, and working on self-control, and watching what you're eating and listening to and watching. You know, you don't need to be around people that's not in the Word, man. You don't need to be around that. So it says set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. 3, it says cleave unto him, cleave unto the Lord. It says, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Right. Because the Lord told you, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. In these last days, you're going to have this wisdom. See, a lot of people got all the knowledge and how to prep and how to make money and all this other stuff, but they don't have this wisdom. You're going to need this. You're going to have the knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, man, in this end. Otherwise, you're going to slip through the cracks. It says, 4, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. See, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient. Be patient. And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. See? So, you know, you could be doing good. You could be doing good for you know, all this year. It could be good. New home, new car, new job, everything. But next year, you all that might be taken away. You might be brought to, you might have lost all of that and be put in a terrible position. Terrible. But what did the Lord say? He said, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. See? And this this is why the Lord said, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. This is a very difficult position. You know, you have to give up everything that's in this world and come to serve the Lord. You can still, like I said, you can go to a club or a bar or the movies. You could still do that, but to be out of control with it, like Jake do, you know, now you got to make a decision. You either gonna, because the Lord say if you're lukewarm, he's gonna spew you out of his mouth. If you're lukewarm, you got to be on fire about this truth, man. You got to be serious. There's a lot of, you know, you got some Jakes out there. I mean, they serious about their money, about their hustle. They serious about their hustle, and that's okay. But the truth, the word, the Lord's word needs to be serious. You need to be that comes first. You see, but a lot of people gonna lose out on their lifestyle in this end, man, because it's some very difficult times coming, and that economic squeeze is gonna get tighter. All the prices on food and clothes and cars and all this is just it's not gonna get better, and not gonna get better. So people are gonna be homeless, losing out on their jobs and cars and all of that coming down the road here, man. Suffering, but like the Lord said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Shalom.